Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is the fourth kind too. It is the sequel to a deck we had been looking at updating for a couple of weeks now, and here is the most recent version. We've brought in some cards that we feel will be useful from the latest Lorwyn set. We've kept the signature card from the original, the Hovership, which we'll be glad to use to abduct enemy men. Once we have them on board, they are never seen again. This deck is a smooth blend of removals along with our key card, the Synthesizer. We've also retained the talent and Battlefront combination that's worked so well in the past. Let's get in there. We're playing the full set of Stormchaser's talent, the 1-mana enchantment that generates an otter token with prowess. It's an early attacker or blocker, depending on what we need. For 4 mana, we can take the talent up to level 2 and get an instant or sorcery from our grave back to our hand. While we're not looking to use the level 3 ability, it is there in case we need it. 3 Steps Ahead is a staple of any synthesizer deck. With it, we can choose from 3 different modes. The one we're mostly interested in is the copy ability. Generating a copy of a factory or any of our other artifacts at instant speed can be a huge advantage. Once we have a board of Robot Overlords, we can protect it with the counterspell option. And the third option can help us dig through our deck to find cards we need. Not on my watch is a strong removal. While we're not too concerned about blockers, usually it's difficult for the opponent to keep blockers on board to stop our Robot Overlords effectively turn after turn. It's the attackers that we want to stop, especially early while we're trying to set up, and this does the job effectively. In the first weeks after a set has arrived, there's a large number of aggressive decks, and it's critical to be ready for enemy men. Perilous Snare is a fantastic removal. It's an artifact, so it will generate Robot Overlords if we have a factory in play, and we can use it to snipe any non-land permanent the opponent has that is being rather problematic. In long drawn-out battles, we can use it to add stat-boosting counters to our men if we've gotten to max Verstappen speed. Unidentified Hovership is our signature card for this series of decks. It's a ship that abducts enemy men, and because it is an artifact, it too will generate Robot Overlords when we have a factory in play. And it's a ship with flying, so we can crew it to be able to strike back or block an enemy flyer. The Synthesizer is our key card. It gives us a scry 2 when it enters to help us find more cards to trigger the factory and generate more Robot Overlords. Once in play, any artifact that enters play on our side that is 3 mana or more will generate our AI men. The Helm is a fantastic sidekick to the factory. With it, we will generate a map token every time we generate a token artifact. And we can activate the Helm to copy a token artifact we already have. While it's obviously easy to make copies of our Robot Overlords, the aim is really to make copies of token synthesizers or even copies of our removal artifacts. Sygg's Command is a new card that we wanted to try out. While we don't have any merfolk, we can take advantage of the other 3 modes to help us break a stalemate. The second ability gives men lifelink if we target ourselves, which of course we will. In long battles, our Robot Overlords gaining lifelink can help us stay in games longer while we work towards breaking through defenses. The third ability lets us draw a card, and the fourth ability will let us tap an enemy down. Tapping a blocker at a key moment could break the game for us. Let's get in there. All Fate's Scroll is a mana artifact. It does cost 3 mana, which will trigger any factories we have on board. Once in play, we can tap the scroll for any color of mana. In the late game, we can pay 7 mana and sacrifice the scroll to draw a card for each differently named land we control. With the diverse mana base we're playing, that can easily draw us as many as 7 cards. United Battlefront is a powerful sorcery that will let us look at the top 7 cards of our deck and choose up to 2 permanents that cost 3 mana or less. It's an enormous boost to our board if we hit on factories or our other 3 mana artifacts. There is potential for us to whiff, but we can get this back with one of our talents for another go. Mirror Form is a new card that turns all our non-land permanents into copies of any non-aura permanent we control. It is an instant, so we can surprise the opponent with it at the end of their turn. The goal is to turn all our permanents into factories, then play out more artifacts to trigger a massive amount of Robot Overlords. It is 6 mana, so we're only playing a single copy to prevent from being bogged down with multiple copies early or having them pop up when we Battlefront. Planetarium of Wan Shi Tong is a powerful 6 mana artifact. We get a free play whenever we scry or surveil, and for 1 mana we can scry 2 using the Planetarium's ability. It's a great way to get ahead or give us a chance to catch up. For lands, we're playing 3 Fountain Port, the special land we can use to generate tokens or sacrifice them to draw extra cards. 3 Restless Anchorage, the Azorius Manland. 4 Meticulous Archive, the Azorius Surveil Land. 4 Flood Farm Verge, the plains that becomes a dual when we have a plains or island in play. 4 Island, 4 plains. And 2 Adagia, Windswept Bastion, the special land that lets us make a token copy of an artifact or enchantment, but only after we station 12 power worth of men. Playing the deck is rather straightforward. Our early turns are about defending against early enemies, and we aim to play out a synthesizer on schedule. At 4 mana, we want to either copy the factory or fire off a battlefront to strengthen our board. We have enough removals to deal with their stronger men while we're building up. And the beauty of this deck is if we use an artifact removal, we'll take away one of their men while adding to our Robot Overlords. We can use the talent to get back a battlefront or a 3 steps ahead to further help out our cause. Oftentimes, we can have a healthy board, but a dwindling life total, and that's when a Sygg's command can help out. Big Robot Overlords with lifelink can dramatically change the tide of battle. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is Mutator. No, wait, it's Mistator. It's hard to tell if it's a hot tater or not. We're kicking things off with a 1-lander. No, we're not. Mull, then we get a 3-lander with a decent curve out. Sure, it could be better, but this will work. Keep, we'll ship the talent on down. I prefer to keep real removal over a potential blocker early. They play out a Terminus. Dimir wants to be able to get their dead men back. We draw a factory and we'll be able to play it out on schedule. They are Dimir, so we should wait for an opening. We don't want to run our factory out into the jaws of a counterspell, so we'll go with the scroll this turn. It'll boost our mana, and if they have tax counters, it will help against those. They fire off a consult now that we tapped out. They were likely afraid of us having counters. They drop in a demolition field and are quick to use it, take out our fountain port. We're playing 3 of those along with a pair of man lands, so they'll need 5 demolition fields. Good luck, bro. They still have 3 mana up, so we'll go with a snare this turn. Let's snag their Terminus and strip them of the extra mana. They consult again. This time, there's no kicker to get them a pair of cards. It's just 1 for 1. They drop in another demolition field and then immediately fire off a duress. That's unfortunate, as they are likely to take out our factory. Then they use the field to take out our second fountain port. I'm almost certain they don't have a counter. We'll go with our battlefront. It's a great way to build our board in one fell swoop. Unfortunately, we get a pair of our removal artifacts, which are not what we need right now. I'm almost tempted to submit 0 and let them go on down to the bottom, but they will be on board once we generate Robot Overlords, and they'll boost their stats at the very least. We draw a talent, and that's huge for us. We'll play it out and level it up right away to get back our battlefront. We didn't score what we wanted the first time, but it doesn't mean we won't a second time. We can crew up our hovership and send it in. Even if they have removal, they won't get anything since we didn't abduct any of their men with it. And right on time, they fire off the end. That will take out the Hovership along with the other 3 we have in the deck. They fire off a cover-up. While it seems a bit much for an otter token, they are likely after our synthesizer. Let's take a look. And sure enough, that's what they went with. Our key card is gone. While it might be easy to just give up after that, we are going to fight on. The goal now is going to be to level up our talent to level 3 and generate otter tokens with every one of our instant and sorceries we fire off. To do that, we'll need 6 mana, and we only have 5 right now. Let's draw with the command. Sure, it's just 1 card, but all we need is 1 more land. On the plus side, they are not attacking with their shark land or using their fountain port to generate sushi. We draw another fountain port, and this turn will go to taking our talent up to level 3. All hail our token otters. They go for more card draw over damages. Are they even trying to win? They hit us with a robbery for 6. That's 6 cards right off the top. They play out a Ghost Vacuum. That is not one of our cards. It's the top card of those who like to suck. Suck away, bro. We'll fire off a Battlefront. While it won't hit on a factory or a hovership anymore, but it could find us another talent. If we're to have a chance, we'll need otter tokens and our man lands. We whiff pretty badly yet again. All we can grab is another snare. Let's take it and we'll snag their vacuum. They suck away our Battlefront before their vacuum goes away. Luckily, we have another Battlefront to keep digging. They dig up more cards. One thing they do well is restock their hand. They fire off a removal, while all they're getting rid of is a token. It's a setback. We'll use the fountain port to draw. We get another talent. We'll go for it, as that is another token, as well as a chance to level it up and generate even more tokens. But they hit it with a counter. That's unfortunate, but we do have a fountain port we can use to make sushi. Amazingly enough, they have another demolition field. Or were they holding on to it and waiting for us to play out another fountain port? They use a removal on our sushi. It's enough of a threat that it has to get sniped. We draw one of our man lands. That could potentially be a source of damage. They've used instant removals, so we'll have to be careful. For now, we'll go with our Battlefront. That's another talent. We'll take it. It's a second token, and we'll have another talent to get to level 3. We'll grab our 3 steps ahead. A counter might come in handy in the near future. Unlocking our Adagio will get us infinite talents, at least until the game ends. They finally used their fountain port. But they're not making sushi, they're making treasure. They fire off another cover-up, not sure what they'll take this time. Let's take a look. That's the last talent. There won't be any more of those along with the rest of the cards we've already been stripped of. They finally fire up their shark land. It could have been getting in for hits way more often. We draw another 3 steps ahead, which gives us a chance to stop their sweepers. But this turn, we'll level up our second talent to level 3. It's a risk, but let's get in there with our anchorage. Plus, it will generate map tokens and to help boost its stats. And if they have a removal, we do have a pair of 3 steps ahead. No removal, they take the hit. We'll use the map token to pump our anchorage. They make a pair of treasures, once again not even trying for sushi. They sacrifice a treasure for draw. While they do get an extra card, this clearly shows us they don't have what they need in hand. The command is not just an extra draw for us now, it's also another pair of otter tokens. If we can get them to keep spending cards on tokens, we might be able to keep getting in there with our anchorage. Let's keep getting in with our land. It's not all we have, but it beats sorcery speed removals. That's our planetarium. They're finally getting around to playing it out. We could counter it, but I think we're looking to counter all their removals they try to use on our land. This, they can have. All yours, my bro. We draw another land. More mana is fine. Being able to activate our land and have mana for double counters would be amazing. They activate the planetarium, but they must have whiffed. They get nothing. They fire off a shrink removal, but that's not enough to take out our anchorage. Not countering it means we don't get to hit for damages this turn. Countering it means we hit, but then we have one less counter for something that would take out our land. Let's just hold what we got. We'll use the map tokens. If we get pump, we could have our land up to lethality in another 2 turns. This anchorage could end up going the whole way. Let's fire it up and get in for damages. We get in a hit and cut their life in half, and we get up to max speed, and that activates our snares. They can all add stat-boosting counters now. Let's go with our scroll. Even this late in the game, more mana could be useful. They hit the scroll with a tax counter. We could pay it, but then we'd be tapped out. And that might be what they want. We'll decline to pay the extra mana. They generate more treasure. They need more draw, apparently. They hit us with a robbery for 5. It's a card we can easily counter. But wait, how many cards do we have left? That's 12 cards left. Minus the 5, that will leave us with 7 cards. We'll let them have their robbery. It might even have been bait for us to use our counter and leave ourselves open for something else. It is tempting to use a 3 steps ahead here, but let's hold off. We don't know if they even have an answer to our anchorage. They might even have stockpiled a pair of removals, so let's save our counter for a better moment. We draw our second anchorage. Even if they take out the first one, we have a second one to threaten them with. They activate the planetarium, still digging for removals. Even if they have one, we have the mana for double 3 steps ahead. They get a shrink removal. But this time, we will counter it. They're going to need something else to save their game. They use their powers of emergency draw to get themselves another card. That takes them down to only 5 mana. They didn't get anything they needed. And we're about to strike for the win. We lost our key card, but we're still walking away champs. That's GG's, extra cheese. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.